Hello, folks. My name is Chirag Mehta from Constellation Research. I cover cybersecurity. And with me today, I have Efim from Microsoft. He's a vice president of security at Microsoft. Welcome, Efim.
Hi, thank you, Chirag. How are you?
So let's start with Efim. What do you do at Microsoft? What is your role?
Well, I've been in Microsoft for more than 20 years, most of it spent in security. Um, did all kinds of security, whatever you can, from networking security to cloud security to everything, to SIEM. The last 3 years, I think, okay, my job is 100% thinking and working on security for AI, okay, on all aspects of it, from what it means when we just started, why it is important, what customer needs, what is missing, and what is different. And there are a lot of things that are different now.
Fantastic. And AI is one of those. AI is different. AI is changing the world upside down. And CISOs and CIOs we work with, this is keeping up that night, and they are thinking about AI all the time. And I know Microsoft has security portfolio. Security portfolio is not something new. Security is not something new to Microsoft. So with the rise of AI and people wanting to adopt AI in a sort of confident, secure way, how are you thinking about that?
So when I, as a security person, okay, think about AI, I think about kind of three problems, if you wish. Okay, each one of them is very interesting. One is, okay, there is this new and amazing tool which we call AI. How can I use it in cybersecurity? Okay, how can I reimagine or rebuild everything that we have in security today with AI inside? Okay, this is one. Yeah. We have this amazing start, which we call security copilot, which is kind of what we are doing in this space, but many more. The second interesting problem is, how do I secure AI? Okay, and this is things that I probably spend most of my time, and we'll talk a little bit more about it and what it means actually. And the third one is security. It's a funny business because instead of only having competitors, we have kind of the other side. Okay, and hackers are very fast adopters of AI. Okay, and the moment that you start thinking about what can they do with AI, you open up completely new set of problems, products, features that you need to build in order to be ready for other side using AI. Okay, so this way what we call AI versus AI. Okay, so these are the three kind of things that AI affects life, I think, of everyone that is in cyberspace.
Yeah, and there are new attack vectors. Customers have access to AI, and so do adversaries. We are constantly seeing new AI vectors, AI-driven attack vectors. So why don't we start with the six?
Yeah, just to finish this last part, it's not only that usage of AI by hackers enables new attack vectors. It changes the economy of attacks as well. Okay, and there are plenty of resources you can read up. For example, spear phishing. Okay, used to be kind of very small percentage of phishing attack because it's expensive. Okay, with AI, the cost of spear phishing is going to zero. Okay, it's close to there now. Okay, so now you need to think about, oh, there is no phishing, there is large-scale spear phishing. What do you do about it?
Okay. That's right. Yeah. So why don't we start with the second point, and which is the securing AI workload. I know it's on top of mind for everybody, and I know there's a lot that's going on at Microsoft and you helping customers securing their AI workload. What does it look like?
So when you think about securing AI, let's first define what it means. Okay, and for me it actually means two things. Okay, One is, okay, we have these new workloads, if you wish, okay, what you call them, which contains AI. They can be AI applications, that can be AI agents, and what have you. And the question is, do they have kind of unique weaknesses that we need to protect them? Okay. The second half, however, is that we have these new entities inside enterprise, and they create risk, new risk. Okay. And the question is, how do we protect enterprises from AI? Okay. So, if you think about our portfolio, okay, then you can think about we have products like Purview. Okay, if you look about what Purview is about, okay, it's more about protecting enterprise from AI than the other way around. Okay, because if you are worried about the risk of AI, how do you protect yourself? Okay, first of all, you manage the communication between your user and AI. Okay, maybe some information should not be shared with AI. You see, it's a very different mindset than before. Okay, because you kind of have a tool which is inside tool, but you need to be very careful to think about what do you share with this tool. Okay, and then we have products like our Defenders family. Okay, which is worried about, okay, you deployed an AI tool. Okay, now AI application or AI agents, they run on top of existing platform and infrastructure and so on. And as any other, they can be attacked through this infrastructure. Okay, so this still remains a problem. Okay, but on what we sometimes call application layer, it's very different and very new. And they can and are attacked on this layer. Okay, and what we are seeing right now, it's only the beginning. Okay, and there is a fundamental new things in this application layer that we didn't have before. Okay, and this is the fact that what you are communicating with on this layer has an agency. Okay, it's not a predefined automation. People are often confuse automation with AI. Okay, AI is an opposite of automation. Okay, AI is about autonomy. Okay, and when you have an entity that has autonomy, okay, the way you protect it, the way you secure it, it's very different than the way you secure automation.
I see. So why don't we take maybe one or two customer examples? I know Microsoft is being used by hundreds of millions of users. They have literally thousands and millions of customers. Give us an example of maybe one or two customers, what their challenges are, how they are using AI security.
I will not give you names, but I'll kind of compose let's say Fortune 200 customers, okay, and their journey in AI security. Okay, and I think that the first thing that they are worried about, that they were worried about, okay, is visibility. Okay, how do I know what AI is used in my environment? And a year and a half ago, this was kind of an untapped problem. Okay, everybody, employees rushed to use all kinds of tools. You have no visibility of what tools you are using. Okay,
Efim, are you referring to these shadow systems? I mean, we are
yes.
used to work.
It's a new iteration of shadow IT. So now there was shadow AI. Okay, it's still a big problem. Okay, it's still a big problem. Okay, so the first thing that customers want to know, okay, just tell me what is in use, because if I don't know what my employee are using, I cannot control it, I cannot protect it, I cannot manage it, and so on. Okay, and then once they have the visibility into the tools, the AI tools that are used, the second issue immediately is DLP. Okay, how do I control what data is being shared with these AI tools? Some of them are internal, some of them are external, some of them I need to understand what are the security guarantees. Okay, are they something that I can rely on, Are they going to use my data for something else? Are they going to reshare my data and what have you? Okay, and these are kind of almost every large customer when starts the AI journey. First of all, worries about these two things. Okay, um, immediately after that, but it's still kind of ongoing, are the regulations and compliance. Okay, what does it mean to have an AI? How does it affects my compliance stance, if you wish? Okay?
Are these existing compliances or these are newer compliance?
So they are
I know
evolving.
it's all over the place. I
Yes,
don't.
they are evolving. Okay, and we are only at the beginning of this evolution. Okay, I think there are some of them are already kind of released, and some of them are at work. As always, Europe is ahead in terms of kind of strictly regulating the things, but it's coming everywhere. It's a large topic, okay. But I think again, the first thing in any compliance is to show that you know what's going on, okay. In cybersecurity compliance, okay, the first thing is you need to prove that you understand your network, that your network is protected, that you have firewall in the right places. Okay, so the first thing in any compliance of AI to understand what are you using. Okay, so you can show the regulator, I use these things. Okay, and then you need to show how you're using. Okay, I use these things only for this type of data. Okay, I'm not sharing customer data with you. Okay, or what have you.
So these are the controls. You have to show the controls, and you have to have a documented evidence of how
Yeah,
systems are being used and who's using them.
yeah.
Well, that's
Now,
fascinating because one of the thing, Efim, as you go through that, I think one of the things we hear is it's like how do you show it's a chicken and an egg problem. Like if you don't know what people are using, how do you show that people are using systems in a specific way? And AI being a non-deterministic system, it's very tricky to go and say that if I'm going to ask a question, if I'm going to get the exact same answer. And at the same time, there's a pressure from business that everyone should use AI and for all the right reasons. Do you feel that there, this is like people are people are anxious, people are worried about that they need to drive AI adoption, but at the same time, they are not quite sure how to get there because there are security concerns where there might not be clear answers.
again, it's evolving. I think this year, if we are talking today, we are past this. Okay, there is no doubt. I don't think there is a customer out there that doubts that AI is coming to their environment if it's not there already, and it's coming kind of exponentially fast. Okay, so if a year and a half ago, customer were hesitant, I don't know when I'm going. There is no talk about this anymore. Okay, and yes, you touched upon maybe the most important difference between what we need to secure now and before. Okay, and this is non-deterministic environment, what I call agency. Okay, and think with agency, it's you can ask the same question 1,000 times and you receive the same answer, and the 1,001st time you'll get a different answer. The same as a person. Okay, in this respect. And if we continue the journey, okay, so everybody is already in this space. Okay, what do I have? DLP. This is everywhere. Okay, now you have beyond that, you have companies that are already developed and deploy their own solutions on AI, and some that are just starting now. Okay. Um, and here they start thinking, okay, the moment that I deploy it, okay, now I need to think about how do I secure it, okay, how do I protect it, okay, how do I ship it secure, all kinds of questions, okay. And here we need to, reconsider all our defender products, okay. How do they defend and protect AI solution?
It's almost like the entire operating system becomes
Yeah.
an AI operating system. So I think it's a great point. Like, I mean, how do you reimagine the portfolio that you have already reimagined 3 or 4 times since the inception,
So,
of
so,
security product. It has gone a long back. It's a long history.
so the first thing that we kind of, when we were sitting down like 2 years ago and thinking about this, we understood exactly what you just said. Everything will be AI. Okay, to talk about application, AI will be probably the same. Okay, so it doesn't make sense kind of to create a separate product. Okay, we need to make sure that all our products, okay, add features, awareness, um, capabilities to protect application agents, AIs. Okay, and that's what we are doing essentially. Okay, you go into our Defender family, okay, and you will see every one of our Defender family, okay, developing and shipping features that helps you now to protect AI agent, okay, whether you are developing them directly on Azure, okay, so we will discover them, okay, we will discover what models they are using, we will show you kind of as a separate group, here's your AI applications, here's their security posture, okay, here's the threats that we already discover, okay, and we already monitor them. You build a AI agent in Azure today, okay, and you have Defender deploy, you immediately see the security posture management of it, okay, you immediately see what are attacks people are trying on them, okay, and we will add more and more of these capabilities. But this is where I'm kind of finishing the customer journey. The more advanced one already deployed their own solution and now are using these tools to secure this solution.
I see. So, with the rise of agents, and not the AI sort of agency in that sense, but the agentic experiences where agents are semi-autonomous to autonomous systems. They're our teammates. You can reason with them. They help us get things done. They're acting on your behalf. Their identities are different. They assume your identity for something that they actually have to do. And we're going to see lots of those experiences. I mean, we're just getting started. So I don't have a crystal ball. Maybe you do. So maybe next year, year and a half, or maybe next 2 years, as the rise of agentic, with the rise of agentic AI, as customers start experimenting with more and more agentic systems, and they embrace agentic systems all over the places, be it on their computers, on their endpoints, devices, to their SaaS applications, to kind of agents running everywhere. What does that do to security, and how do you think that from a Microsoft perspective, you would continue to evolve sort of the portfolio to deal with the rise of agents?
Okay. How many hours do we have? But let me tell you at very high level. I'll start with one thing that you said, okay? Identity, okay? So the one thing that is clear to me is that we are going to have this agent with their own identities, okay? And this identity will not be like an application identity that we have today, okay? But more akin to human identity, okay? For example, so they can be managed as today human identities are managed. Okay, so for example, I might want to have a group of very trusted agents, okay, that have default access to all kinds of things. Okay, like consider, I don't know, there is a difference today in every large enterprise between full-time employee and contractors. Okay, these are, each one has identity, but they are managed separately. Okay, there's a different access and so on. So I might have full-time agent, okay, that have larger default access, larger default permissions. So this is definitely going to happen. Okay, agent will not be given permission only on behalf of. They will have permission kind of rooted in their own identity that we will manage. This management will not be exactly like managing application. Okay, it will be much more like managing humans' identity.
I
Okay.
see.
Um, Beyond that, we will have, almost everything else that you think today kind of human. Okay. Something you managed before you were working on RBAC. Okay. Role. Okay. Role based access. Now imagine I have agents that doing certain roles. Okay. Now I need to manage their access, not as an application, okay, but as a group, as a role. Okay. I need to create a set of permission for most common roles of agents. Okay. Um, you will have a inside your work, you will have a kind of maybe assistant. Okay. Now, my assistant, it's kind of, a common role will be probably. Okay. So I don't want you to go and manually give your assistant permissions needed. How do you say? I would like to create a role, okay, that I can say, oh, Efim's or Chirag assistant, okay, must have this default permission. Okay. So we will manage these agents much more like human resources. On the cyber this is kind of identity management. On the cyberspace, there will be no such thing as an agent that is not managed, as that is not protected, that is not controlled. Okay, I'm talking about enterprise security. What will happen in consumer? It's a different issue. Okay, but inside enterprise environment, every agent that will be running will be constantly, continuously monitored, continuously controlled by the systems that we kind of evolving today. Okay, all these defenders that we see today will evolve in the year or two from now to understand how to manage these unpredictable things that we call agents. Okay, because we must. They are so useful, they are so productive that we want to use them, but we will have to develop monitoring system 24/7. It's not, the way we managed humans is that from time to time we kind of maybe vet them. Okay, there is a vetting process.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think we said that we're not talking about, we're moving from not what we would automate, but the places where we can insert human in the loop. Most things would not necessarily require a human being, but in some cases human in the loop and human on the loop, so that you're observing what is going on.
but we need to scale it. There will be more agents than humans. Okay, so we cannot, put a human to manage every agent. Okay, so
Right.
we will need to scale it. And let me just finish, kind of larger picture. When I look at the enterprise in a couple of years, I will have management and security for 3 different entities. Okay, the automations. Okay, these are the traditional applications, the agents, and the humans. Okay, so that's how it will look.
Fantastic. This has been a fascinating conversation. Thank you so much, Efim, for your time.
Thank you.